Welcome in. Today is August 15th. It is a Friday. We've got lawsuits, unveilings, diss tracks, misspellings, malfunctions, and police chases. Oh my. Shohei Ohtani's in court. The NBA's got a new schedule. AOL finally hangs it up after 34 years. Oklahoma quarterbacks denies gambling. Michael Penix's name gets the worst typo possible. And Omar Gooding gets punked in starring in a movie that doesn't exist. And Michael J. Fox, yes, is in a police chase in Illinois. Buckle up.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots.
Yeah, how much do you want to bet that the Oklahoma QB wagered that Shohei Ohtani would start a 4-game skid the day after the 80th anniversary of the second atom bomb being dropped on the Japanese? Put that in a haiku.
This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. Welcome back, sinners. This is Season 2 of Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome in. Today is Friday. We're still getting used to this thing. Season 2, Sports Idiot Nation coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It feels good. So we got a lot to get through. I am back for the first time. It feels like, what was that, Ludacris? Back for the first time. I got T.I. I got Miles behind enemy lines. I got my boys. We're going to Chili's. I made reservations because I get busy.
Dude, get busy.
It's Wednesday.
Gotta get reservations
It's
early.
Wednesday. Today's Friday. Come on.
So
Get it right.
Speaking of Wednesday,
Bingo.
I'm going to
Bingo
start
night.
super quick with a Wednesday. I'm going to start there because we are going to get into the NBA schedule that just got unveiled, but already we're a little upset. T.I. at least has shown that he was upset because I always want to try and get down to Tennessee if my team is playing his team. And as we looked at the schedule, T.I., what day do the Warriors visit the Memphis Grizzlies?
Survey says hump day.
Yeah, dude. Like, what?
Hideo
Ding,
Wogan.
ding, ding, ding,
You
ding,
are
ding.
woke.
Come on, dude. So we'll get into the schedule a little bit later. We will tease that. But first, we got to talk through the Dodgers because all they do is lose, no matter what their payroll. Like they've lost 4 in a row. They're not in first place anymore. And oh, by the way, their partying gift is that team. They have to go ahead and play them now. And they got this little cloud over their head that is, first of all, on this very program, we have talked about the idea that we're just sweeping this thing with Shohei under the rug. Like, oh, the guy steals like 119 bases a year and hits 183 home runs a year, so it doesn't matter what he's doing. And I feel like, guys, we're not going to let this happen again. We're not going to stand for it. Like, we're not going to take it.
Well, you guys already said two things. Ti brought up bingo night, and you brought up sweeping under the rug. I did not have on my bingo card that Shohei would get swept by his former team to put them in second place.
After striking out Mike Trout like 3 times, like what? A 78-mile-an-hour curveball. Like what? Like just unreal. But this Shohei thing,
Bizarre world. The whole season, let alone Shohei's thing. Go ahead, T.I.
Yeah, I was going to say, before we discuss any further about any of his transgressions in the past, is the Yakuza does not subscribe to our YouTube channel, do they? As far as you know. Do you know, Adam?
well, they may be one of the 20,000.
Okay. Well, if they do,
You can look them up. I'm not going through all 20,000.
Let's just keep it clean, all right?
So
No, he got nuked.
talk about Hawaii 5-0. Like, so I don't even understand this all. Like a Hawaii investor. Miles, do you understand what in the world is going on here?
Hardly. So, typical stuff with prima donnas, anyways,
do
especially
tell.
ones that
Keep
get
going.
wrapped up in gambling situations. Let it be a lawsuit about something that has nothing to do with it. So, something about he was going to be a spokesman for this like hotel brand that they were launching, but then of course his agent, who's just the darling of humanity, decides that he wants more money for his client, as agents should. But they're digging into the weeds of like concession stand money
Yeah, and
and shite like
undermining
that.
this, and
It's so bizarre. And Shohei, who claims he barely can speak English, and I'm sure he can speak way more than he lets on that he can, is surrounding himself, at least, I don't know if he is, but at least surrounding himself with one sneaky, sly dude that, well, multiple now, that are just scum of the earth. And fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, or bombs don't drop. No, I won't go there. Anyway, I already did. The fact that Shohei has shown that he has, pun intended, shown he is
Shohei.
surrounded by crappy people makes you wonder, what kind of dude is he actually?
man, I would love if there's some conspiracy that comes out even more that like he was either I know he's probably not doping, but like something big that comes out because he's a Dodger and screw that guy.
Oh, I
But
bet it's gambling.
dude, yeah, is that
I
what you
think
make
we
a
already
bet?
know. Survey
make a bet.
says.
Yeah, make a bet.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. He like wanders off on these little like drunken side quests and finds himself in these weird situations that no professional athlete should be in. I think it was the sports memory or something said he winds up in these like Kramer-esque situations, you know,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
that
$17.3 million. Like,
yeah.
no one's gonna bake their own pie, Kramer. No, you put it right into the oven.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Now,
He's going to have the Japanese spin-off of the Seinfeld show.
now he's like shaving money off popcorn stands, you know, like it's Kramer. It's
That
Kramer
is very
shit. Kramer
Kramer.
shit all over
Well,
it. You know?
He would not wear the badge.
Shohei
yeah,
has
not
a
ruin the
friend,
ribbon.
Bob
The ribbon.
Sacamano, back in Philly.
I just, for
Hey,
one,
wear the ribbon.
it just saddens me anytime anything bad hits the press that involves the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I have a tough time
The
sleeping
world
tonight.
is so
Tough
bad.
time sleeping tonight. Shout out Austin Huff, the only Dodgers fan I like. So
No, I don't like him.
Mr. Horse
They
over
have
there. No, sir.
No,
Didn't
sir.
like it.
I don't like. Right.
Didn't
So
like it.
speaking of not liking it, now let's shift to the NBA. It is kind of exciting to see what the schedule, when the schedule comes out, you jump to a couple things, couple matchups, with new faces in new places, and there's some games that like Christmas, that schedule kind of was out there already. The season, as we know, starts October 23rd, and that'll be the Pacers season opener as well. It's going to be a lot different. I don't know if the yesers are going to be like we're still okayers. That's like, I'm pretty sure.
They're probably notters is what they're going to be. They're probably notters. Yeah. They don't have have O'Hallorbert there for the whole season, right?
Cubs.
I mean,
next year's our year.
If they make the playoffs, like there's a chance he could play a game, but why would he? Like he's not going to be gone there all season. So I don't know.
The Pacers are playing with house money.
Right.
The Mares, but they'll wait till the following season, and they'll still be young enough because he's young enough that they're going to be just fine. And it's still the East. At the end of the day, it's still the East, where it still ends up being wide open for whatever reason, bar injury or a team trades away half the team. Looking at you, Boston, the fact that they made it to the finals this last year, they are way, way ahead of schedule. So you have one throwaway season, and you know exactly why. Forget about it. Just come back 2026, 27, and make a run for the chip then. Who cares?
They should reach out to the Colts to see if Anthony Richardson knows how to play basketball, because that would be possibly a good temporary fix there. Can you imagine him with Pascal? Like, that'd
feed
be
the post.
Yeah,
feed the post.
Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean,
he'll take himself out of the game. You can take yourself out. You can tug your jersey.
He's a great athlete. We've already seen he's a great athlete. Everybody saw him at the underwear Olympics, wowing everybody at the underwear Olympics, and now everybody's realizing, oh yeah, we forgot that thing about him not really knowing how to play football. So maybe he's a good basketball player. Pacers, holler at me if you need some tips and tricks on how to fix your team.
Don't do
but
that.
He can't play for you.
Don't do that. Pacers, don't do that.
Call Memphis J first.
They already got one exciting white. They don't need two exciting whites.
Yeah. That's enough. Like DL Hughley said, if you say that you're not racist by saying I'm not racist, I've had 7 black people in my house, and you count them, you race as a mofo. Like, what are you counting? Wait, 5, 6. That's enough. Yeah, we're not doing that. Here are though a few matchups that I have my eye on that I want to run through. October 21st, we said, is the unveiling of the NBA. October 21st, Houston at the Thunder. So remember, KD is there. October 22nd, the very next day, we have Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper. So you got Spurs Mavericks. October 25th, Hawks at Knicks. They don't like each other. November 3rd, Bucks at Pacers. They don't like each other. And the weird guy who can't rebound from Indiana is now with the Bucks, Miles Turner. November 26th, Timberwolves at Thunder. Also Rockets at Warriors. December 5th, Suns at Rockets. December 23rd, Thunder at Spurs. And Christmas Day, Cavaliers at Knicks, among others. So for the year 2025, those are some matchups that are like, okay, I kind of want to see the drama. I want to see that the NBA's changed with NBC. I want to see how that shakes out. I want to see them broadcasting games correctly. We're just a little bit excited.
You're apparently clamoring for a Rocket Suns matchup so you can watch KD go back up against his old third team. Or fourth team. I don't know. What is he on,
like
his fifth team now?
Who's counting?
Westbrook every game of the
this
year.
Is revenge.
Like, oh, it's against my former
revenge tour.
Yeah.
No, that's
Revenge
called the
tour.
team schedule.
Bro's like, 25% of my regular season games are revenge games. Yeah.
80% of the time it works 60% of the time.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
sub 500. 39 and 43. We're gonna make the play in.
He said it's not the revenge tour. That's just the season. That's just the schedule.
It's the schedule, bro.
Oh,
no,
man.
it's like, you know how they say, like, you circle the team on the schedule? The dude just gets a Sharpie out and circles all 82 games.
Yeah.
He's just throwing darts. He's like, revenge game. Lakers.
Revenge, yeah.
Oh, it's the Thunder. Oh, I played for them too. Shit.
Yeah. Brooklyn. Oh, my toe was over the line.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's good. That was a good little segment out of you two. I'll give it to you there. Good job.
Ben Simmons will be working on that revenge tour soon. He's not far off, man.
No, he is.
I looked him up for shits and giggles the other day just to see how much his salary is. You know that man gets paid $40 million a year right now. He gets paid $40 million a year to do nothing, do absolutely nothing, dude.
He was on what the Clippers. I don't even know, dude. Miles, do you know what team?
You name it. He's been there.
No, he was on a team.
Brooklyn.
No.
Clippers. Sixers.
This past year.
Yeah, Clippers.
This is going to go viral. Where was Ben Simmons?
Clippers.
Was
am I speaking into a void?
Okay.
Clippers.
He was at the Bank of America.
Do the Clippers know he was there?
Was,
Does Steve Ballmer know?
Committing armed robbery.
He was at CarMax.
And in Florida.
He was the runner-up for Employee of the Month of February.
Yeah, you're right. He's last played for the Clippers.
So actually, T.I.
he last sat.
Yeah,
he last sat for the Clippers.
Yeah. 9 times, like Ferris Bueller's principle. 9 times.
Bueller. So another reference that Miles may not get, as I just mentioned, Bueller, because he wasn't alive. Hey,
come on!
You weren't alive. You weren't alive, and you weren't alive for this either. AOL. So next month,
good impersonation.
It was.
Good impersonation.
I don't know. That's the best I got. This is Sports Idiot. It's a Sports Idiot Nation. Yeah, and then your mom would say, "Hey, get off the internet. I need to call your Aunt Sheila." You couldn't use the phone.
Mail.
Like, that was the craziest thing is, like, can you imagine now, T.I., right now, that you're on the internet doing this and that your wife needs to call her sister to find out about the next vacation and she has to wait? How's that going to go down for you? yeah, you're not doing the podcast.
Well, last time that I was doing dial-up internet, I was like 15 and 16 years old. I was doing other things on the internet at that time. So,
Oh, let's see your
you
search
know,
history. The cookies. Search cookies.
like reading the IMDb about
Reading
all
the
of my favorite
Bible
80s movies.
Yeah, and reading the
You know,
Bible and yeah.
but no, in all serious, yeah, back then, man, this is what I would have to do. I would have to go around to the house and unplug the one or two phones we had, because that way if somebody picked it up, it wouldn't immediately kick me off, and then I could hear my mom or somebody, what's something wrong with the phone?
Right,
No,
right.
I'm on the internet. I'm downloading a picture of Laker girl Paula Abdul.
I'm using AIM, AIM, AOL Instant Messenger.
Spoiler alert, wasn't even a real picture.
So I do want to get that
days.
sound and filter it in. I wonder if AI can aim us and literally simulate what we would sound like if we had dial-up, but then also to another effect, as Adam, you've done many a times with AI, made us cartoons. I wonder to see if they can do 8-bit for us. Turn us into 8-bit and let's do an episode with us being 8-bit.
Yeah, the problem is I wonder if it would affect the sound. Like then we would be all discombobulated.
As long as I'm
short. Try
as I'm
57 seconds.
Yeah.
As long as I
Full
get to
dabble.
be 8-bit Bo Jackson, I'm fine. That's all I need to be.
Right,
is
I'm
8-bit
Jerry
Bo
Rice
Jackson.
or Roger Craig. So
Tecmo
I have my
Hi.
hey, on this very program, I've worn my Tecmo Bowl San Francisco 49ers shirt where you can't make out really what's happening because it's just 8-bit of a red and gold area and a helmet, and you can't really tell.
I saw it the other day when I watched our episode, because I watched our episode with my glasses on instead of recording episodes without my glasses.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
I
are
was
in the
like,
full
probably
TI.
need a microscope. You need
You're
a
in the full
microscope to
TI.
see it.
oh man, I was at
Hey,
first.
don't
I
say that
thought
out loud.
first time I saw Adam in my shades, I thought he was Luther Vandross until I put my glasses on, man.
I have the voice of Fergie and Jesus. So, yes, it is true. AOL officially ending the end of September. The last day of September is the last day that. So tell your grandma, Grandma, we don't have that anymore.
Like,
Wait, I got to get on the interwebs. No, Grandma, it's out. It's over. What? They told me. No.
Yeah. Who's exploiting their computer to vulnerabilities right now? Like AOL? Oh my God. What are you on Mindspring? You asking Jeeves how to get on AOL?
Netscape Navigator. What in the Netscape Navigator is going on here?
Calm down, man. What are you trying to download
Does
the Linkin
Napster-
Park album off of LimeWire?
Yeah, does LimeWire, Napster
Royalties.
go down with it
Do
too?
they get royalties? Yeah. I don't know if they get royalties from Metallica or who's that? 34
J-Rock.
years, though. 34 years. What a run. In memoriam. When we have when we go over the year, like with the year in Sports Idiot Nation, like we did, I will remember you. Yeah, I will remember AOL.
I mean, 34 years young, just finding out who they were, just finding out who they wanted to be.
Just get their feet under them.
Gone too soon. AOL.
All right.
And now in an ASPCA commercial.
Candle. What's Parks and Rec? 5,000 candles in the wind. For little Sebastian.
Yeah.
For just 99 cents a day, support your grandmother, who will no longer have internet. That won't get her new high-speed internet.
Look, hey kids, if you're listening right now and your grandmother used AOL, you need to go to her house and get the viruses off her computer, because I promise you she hasn't ran any malware scan in about 20 years, okay?
Yeah.
Go help her.
She can't get on anyway.
Go help her.
All the malware.
Tell her, yes.
That's
tell her that, yes, and that the electric company do not call her at her house and tell her to pay her bill. Tell her that as well. That doesn't happen, okay? They will never call you at your house and tell you to pay your bill. Save grandma from scams.
Call 1-800. Yeah, save scam. Remember, if you're using dial-up, remember your cane is over off your right shoulder. Remember,
call 1-800-SAVE-GRAMPS.
Save grams indeed. Very good. Another
commercials that comes on at 3 a.m.
Right, I fall and I can't get up. The life alert. That's always good.
Latest.
Another place where grandma will not be found is Cedar Point. They've made our show now. Maybe we can get them to sponsor us. They've made our show 3 times in 2 months, 3 or 4 times. This time, it is not the same ride over and over. Miles, have you been on the power tower?
No, I wasn't really as familiar with that until you brought it up. I know of it, and you saw it
Okay.
from like
I
when we
didn't know
kind
if
of
you were a
drove up
big
How's
into
that,
poster.
town,
Adam?
but
How's that
I
power
wasn't
tower
a
go
power.
again?
I wasn't
Never
a
you mind.
yeah,
Never you
right.
mind, Ti.
It
Don't
wasn't.
you
It
worry.
wasn't.
Is it like
Not my
this?
thing.
No,
Not
pretty
that there's
bird.
anything wrong.
Pretty,
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's Adam's thing right there.
no,
Power
no.
tower. That was my
Is
nickname back in college.
I'm
the
sure
power
it wasn't.
tower. You
But
know.
that is one of the oldest rides. It never breaks. It never does anything. It literally, you strap in. It's a circle. You and 12 other people, and it goes straight up and it comes right down. It's the dumbest thing that you've ever seen, but it's always busy. And I've done it enough times to like, it's okay, whatever. And
As
it's
he
like,
rags on it, says, "I've done it a million times."
well,
It's stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I love it.
can we do it again? Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Is
you know,
this,
I
are you
prefer a
sure?
coaster that actually goes places, not just like we were just
But
here.
those
we
are
were
always
just
broken
higher.
there.
Yeah. Are you, Adam? Are you visiting theme parks or participating in the Squid Games? I'm not sure what's going on right now.
Well, I'm not going
Are you safe?
now.
Blink twice. Blink twice if you're safe.
Well, it's in Ohio, so I ain't going. I ain't going anymore. Just I'm done. But can you imagine this old thing? It breaks as it's on the up skis. So now it's going down skis a lot faster than what it should be. And it just comes crashing down. That's not for that's save grams. Do not let
people
grandma
still have
up
their
there.
feet? Do people still have their feet? Or
You know what's funny is I was concerned enough to have it on the show, but not concerned enough to look into the story. Is that
so? There are
I
12.
doubt 57 people died. We'd all know.
There are 12
Unlike
right.
the one, there,
12 people, right? I'm just going to do it for
yeah,
I'm just gonna
12
do a
at
little
one
math.
time.
There are 12 people who lost all of their feet. So it means
so 24.
there's
It
12
means
of them.
97.
That means that those 12 people
120
can now
toes.
collectively only count. Let's just say now that they can collectively only count to 120 since they lost all the other digits, so they don't know how to get to 240. So RIP to their feet.
So here's a fun story, real quick, because I was
That's
at
transition.
yep, that is a good transition. That it'll tie in. It is full circle, and it is a circle of power tower. Because I was at the residence of a 1 Miles Harrington over this week, as we talked about, especially on Wednesday. A lot of people actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, that was a really cool intro. It was fun doing that for your dad, Miles, for real." And so we were at your house, after the funeral, and God knows why, literally only God knows why, that when we were hanging out and watching TV, for some reason, Miles refused to put anything else on the TV except Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? He refused, T.I. He refused. I don't know why. I was there multiple days, and multiple days, here I am, and I'm trying
to flex on you.
I'm glued. I'm glued. I never watched the show. Jeff Foxworthy is fantastic, and the show is. I was glued because I had no idea how it worked. I thought you went up against the fifth grader. They're helping you win. And the questions that these people get on have no idea. This is kind of the question. If you're on the power tower with 12 people, how many feet have the opportunity to be smashed? And if the guy's from Tennessee, he'll be like, "Oh, 97." Like he has to ask for help.
And then Jeff was like, "If you ever been to the power tower in Ohio, you might be a redneck."
So here's a funny one. Here's a funny one. The guy won 50 grand after taking a stupid like save from one of the kids. Miles and I looked at each other like, dude, why is he asking? He should know this, right? So after he won, Jeff says, "So what are you gonna do with that 50 grand?" And he said, "I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini and I'm gonna have it out in camouflage, and I'm gonna say class of '97, the year I graduated high school." And Jeff looked at him for about 2 seconds, and he goes, I don't even have a "you may be a redneck" joke. You just are a redneck. There is nothing more redneck than that.
Nice.
And who can get a Lamborghini for $50K anyways?
Yeah,
after this
I don't know what he was talking about.
He didn't answer a single question himself. He had to use his copy, his peek, and his save all for himself. And the last one was, what's farther west, California or Alaska? He had no goddamn idea.
No idea. So he was not smarter than a fifth grader. So shout out to Jeff Foxworthy. Just, man, shout out to the Harrington residents for only showing good things on TV, refusing to show me anything else.
Yeah, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I am probably not going to trust driving a $50,000 Lamborghini. There's something clearly wrong
with
it.
the class of 97 tag on the back.
Yeah.
Isn't that the year you graduated?
It is the year I graduated. And talk about you might be a redneck. I went to school with some full-blown
with John Hopkins,
red-blooded rednecks, and I got love for them.
Go on. I'm intrigued.
I had a guy I graduated with that he used to drive to. He had a flatbed truck, and his fuel tank was a converted keg. It's a beer keg. That was his fuel tank.
Keep going. Do tell.
He also had a actual real replica size Bud Light bottle tattooed on his arm before he finished high school. So
you can't make this stuff up. Wow,
you cannot.
When he dies, I bet his wife will cut it off his body and then frame it, as a woman did this last week after her husband passed.
So speaking of betting, before I will. Yes, I will remind you guys, be sure to follow Sports Edit Nation wherever you get your social media, because some of these zany stories, it seems like we wrote a bit and we're like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we talked about this? No, it actually happened. This stuff for sure happened, and we're going to get into some more stuff, and let's shift to football, because a couple things here. First of all, Tennessee and Atlanta and KC and Seattle. So we do have the foosball. We do have the foosball today. It ain't from the devil. It ain't from the devil of Mamdula Blangata. And so we got good stuff there. But I want to ask you first, before we talk more preseason football, about this dude from Oklahoma, because the story's starting to pick up steam. I don't know exactly all of it, but I do know that if you have an inside joke with your buddies about betting, it doesn't mean you didn't bet. What it does mean is you did bet. So this quarterback, John Mateer, is trying to say, like, from his Venmo receipts or whatever, that they're all inside
transactions.
Yeah, all these inside
the description
jokes.
You put it on what you paid him for.
First of all, when I pay money for certain things, there's a thing that you could put private. Like, I don't understand why. Here's what I'll do on Venmo. It's hilarious, and I've done it multiple times. I'll scroll on there like it's Facebook, and I'll start hearting things. And I know people are like, okay, I haven't talked to this guy in 11 years. Why is he hearting that this guy gave my son a haircut and I Venmo'd him? Like, it's hilarious. But if Venmo's going to be like Facebook, then I'll treat you like Facebook. Like,
he's trying to get some money.
Yeah,
you figure one day it's going to work out for you. You're going to get like $5-10 out of it.
You're trying to get in somebody's will. That's what you're doing.
It's just weird. What is Venmo? What are you doing? You're not Instagram. So I don't know why everything is so public. I get that you can add someone as a friend so that you can make it easy for a transaction when he buys you a beer and you want to pay him back. Like, okay, no big deal. But I just don't understand, like, these kids make it so easy for us to punk them and for us to know, dude.
We're going back to this, Adam. We're going back to it. Two things tonight that tipped me off to know for sure this guy has bet on sports. Number one, he's from the exact town that I live in now, Little Elm. These 18-year-old kids have money to bet on sports. So that's one. Doesn't guarantee it, but number two definitely guarantees it. He says in his response or reply to this that I have never bet on sports. Bullshit. Every male north of the age of 16, legal or not legal, has placed a $5 wager on anything ever sports related. To say that's never happened is just
March
complete
Madness
and utter asinine.
Whatever. Yeah. We know you did it. We're not mad. Like, we're not mad. We know what you've done. I need you to go to your room. Like,
you play at Washington State, like the Pac-12 After Dark. It's okay, buddy. We get it.
Adam, your rant against Venmo there. Did you want to hop on there and tell some of those kids to stay off your lawn too while you're at it? You know.
No, if they'll Venmo me, I'm
rednecks.
fine with it.
Yeah. You have to tell them in emoji form though. It's like, it's like
that's the Venmo.
The like Venmo down, emojis. walking like the grass, and then like the no sign.
Love it.
You know?
Yes.
And then they're like, "Oh man, old man Marino told me to get off his lawn again."
All right, so
Yeah.
let's get into some more juicy stuff that was on the television screen for a lot of people
The
last
boob
couple
tube.
days,
Boob
and
tube.
that is because he is going up against T.I.'s very own Cameron Ward, the Atlanta Falcons, and our 8-inch or 8th round. What is it?
Ask me about my 8th overall Penix.
So that is almost as funny as what actually was put on the screen. And again, follow Sports Idiot Nation.
Mhm.
We did not doctor this up. We are just reporting. We are just sharing what was already made. We did not have the
I
heart
zoomed in.
or the
I
balls.
zoomed in. I
if you
zoomed
will.
in on the actual. Well, zoomed in just to make sure it wasn't photoshopped. You know.
Yeah, so
zoomed in
go ahead
on-
and give the
zoomed in-
spelling.
I technically zoomed in on his penis. I zoomed in on the penis. Okay, that's what I'll say.
All right.
I zoomed in on the penis to make sure that it wasn't photoshopped. And the word penis. Okay, the word penis, not his actual penis. Okay, guys. All right. So
the letters were in white. They were in white.
I'm assuming that this is in ATL because this was not our local news. And yeah, I'm just saying that Tennessee defense better guard their behinds because
So
Michael Penis Jr. is out there running loose, running amok. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
here's what I'll say. Quick ask Zoe what stops x-rays. I took computer class in 2nd grade, and my teacher gave me the phrases QAZWSX. So the S is close to the X when you're, for the news team, when they're typing stuff out. That will be the only thing that would save this guy. I mean, I want to see the report that the person was let go. Like, you can't just put that on the screen, right? I mean, are we?
It's got to be auto. They got to be using AI these days, and I just think somebody didn't proofread it. I think the AI converted Penix to penis.
There's like 10 scenarios. Yeah, there's 10 scenarios.
Yeah.
I'm really
And
excited to see what
Billy-
wins. Like
Billy
what
the
happened.
intern. I mean, I have an intern, Billy. You know, he's not the brightest you know, tool in the
Maybe
shed
he
there.
leaked it for Titans because you guys play.
Yeah, Billy, we're gonna get him. But hey,
You guys play preseason.
it's doing wonders for our social media though. So shout out to Michael Penis Jr. I just hope that he
Much obliged.
doesn't go too hard on the Titans defense, and we don't have
He
to
could go
come from
balls
behind. I really don't want to have to come from behind to get the victory. I really just want to jump out ahead and you know, just see a happy ending. I just want the Titans to get a happy ending. You know, that's all I really care about. So
Probably
We'll
just
see
the
what it
first
comes
drive.
to.
So he'll come out after just one time.
He may come out
I
again.
think so.
We'll
So
see.
So preseason football, though, we gotta love it. The injuries are piling up, and the nothingness that matters is piling up. But Cameron Ward, I will say, I want to see what happens with Cameron Ward. I want to see, does he show improvement? Ti, let me ask you real quick. These are the questions that I actually love to ask because I'll be honest, there's not much less that I could care about the Tennessee Titans. The only reason I care is
Yes.
because you're
oh,
so
I'm sorry.
into it that it's so awkward. But because they had the number 1 pick and they picked this dude who quit on his team in college, well documented, I'm really curious. Is there something you
Mhm.
saw in the first preseason game that you're looking for in the second one where you're like, all right, from footwork to like decision making to like what his leadership looked like? Is there something that you're like, all right, in this second preseason game, I really hope he
I really hope he scores a touchdown. Really hope he scored a touchdown himself. He orchestrated a touchdown. He's the reason they got a touchdown. He got Tony Pollard down to like the 1.
Sure.
But I want to see him do it. I want to see him do it about a 25-yard strike, 30-yard strike, maybe even maybe just send somebody deep first play of the game. I don't care, man. It's preseason. What I want to see is more of what I saw. He orchestrated a scoring drive. He completed 5 of 8 passes. The ones he completed were pretty good passes. Some of them were in some tight windows. Some of them were in places that nobody can get. And one of them was a ball look like Marcus Mariota threw. So we can't be doing that. And when I say Marcus Mariota threw it, I don't mean the zip, because Marcus did not have that. I mean just like the thought process. Like, why did you even think to throw that there?
Not one that ricocheted back to him that he caught and took for a touchdown in the playoffs. Not that one.
No, not Biscuit's most prestigious offensive play call in the history of Terry Robisky's life. But and the play that I called the radio and trolled Jared Stillman live on air, which is still classic. Jared Stillman, once he realized he was being trolled, was like, "All right, thanks for calling."
Now let me ask you this, Ti.
More of the same. More of the same. I need more of the same. No dumb plays.
If you're the coach, if that's what you're looking for, and after 2 or 3 drives, he's shown like some good things, but not quite, do you send him back out, or do you pull the plug and say, "All right, rookie, you're good. Let's get
him,
get him out"? Just okay,
dude.
We'll
see what they do.
Allen is your backup.
Yeah,
Brandon Allen's your backup. It doesn't matter. He's starting. It doesn't matter.
Did you watch our last episode, Adam? Did you watch our last episode when we discussed the whole Tim Boyle situation? I said, if I was the coach, Tim Boyle, I'm sorry, you couldn't beat out Zach Wilson in New York for Rodgers number 2. There's a job for you out there. It's just not professional football. And lo and behold, the very next day, he was cut. So thank you for the Titans for watching our podcast and listening to me. And then we brought in Trevor Seaman. We're swimming in semen.
I did see you post that.
Simeon, whatever.
Not sure if anyone cares.
Tomato. But we did bring him in. It's not hard to beat out Brandon Allen, so he's pretty excited. And he's an upgrade from Tim Boyle. So it's baby steps for us. So to answer your question, you yank Cam Ward's ass out of there, because look who we have behind him.
All right.
Hopefully Ryan Tannehill here soon.
Hopefully
I would take a raw, unfiltered, mistake-ridden learning process Cam Ward over having to rely on Trevor Siemian or Brandon Allen. So
running the single wing is the other option.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on it. I really think they need to pull a trade for Jameis. They need to bring in a vet. They need to bring in somebody. Maybe get rid of Allen, keep Simeon. I don't know, man, but there needs to be somebody in between. I'm just not too comfortable with those two dudes in the wings.
Just eat that dub. I'm trying to eat that dub.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is
Speaking
a good
of wings,
point.
Speaking of wings,
Famous Jameis, he honestly, with the spirit of Tennessee and that locker room, dude, they would love some Jameis Winston, bro. Like, to come in as the backup and to know that he's the backup and just like help spur on Cam Ward. And if something happens, like, all right, he can go in there. He's started over 25 games. Like, okay, for multiple teams, dude, that's a solid backup.
Steal some crab legs, steal some wins.
I mean, he threw for did he throw for like 5,000 yards? You know, I mean, he threw like 800 interceptions that year. But hey, man,
counting.
32 tutties.
He just wanted to lead both categories. You know, he was just doing his best Brett Favre impersonation.
Guy's a winner and a loser. He's the best at both.
But let's just see a little more protection. Cam had a lot of time in the pocket. I did like that. A lot of people are criticizing. They're like, "Oh, he's just standing back there," and it's like, well, I mean, he is a pocket passer. Like, he's good at it. Isn't that what you want him doing? I don't want him out there exposing himself to preseason
thanks for the
hits.
compliment to the O-line.
Yeah.
Cool, joke's on you. You're talking about how the Titans O-line did something.
Yeah. That's what I see in the AFC South trash talk page. They're like, yeah, look at him out there. Oh, he's just standing there. It's like, okay, cool. That's what I want my quarterback to do. Stand there,
He's not on his asshole.
Throw strikes, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
The flat of his back.
You ever watch a Tom Brady game, bro? Like, leave a game like pristine. There's not even a grass stain on him, you know?
Annoying.
He's
so speaking of annoying, what is the over/under for behind the back passes thrown by Patrick Mahomes just 3 hours later after the Titans play later today?
I'm gonna say at least one. Say at least one. Preseason.
So
not gonna get a full game.
Over/under is 2. Then I guess
Shohei's putting the line at 1.5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still taking the under then. All right, we'll see how many dipsy-do dunkaroos Mahomes.
Place your bets at the concession stand in section 325.
So one thing I'll say is I do want to see if Sam Darnold plays, because he did not. We talked about 50-50. So 50% of starting quarterbacks played. And I do want to see what that number is. We will document that on this very program. Again, be sure to check out Sports Idiot Nation wherever you get your social media. Reminder, we come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So this Monday, definitely we'll talk about the other preseason games and the outcomes. I want to shift because this is a story that is for our show. So shout out to these guys. This is like, there's not many podcasts that are going to take this segment on, and by God, we are going to crush it. Because if you remember, Ti, what was the Nickelodeon where it was Omar Gooding and like two white kids, and they wore different colored T-shirts, and they would like play games? That's where Omar Gooding got his start. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Wild and Crazy Kids or something like that?
No, it wasn't. Well, I don't know. It could have been Wild and Crazy Kids. I don't know. It wasn't All That. It wasn't the show called All That. It wasn't.
No, because it was where they played sports and they wore the different color shirts, and those were the teams.
Guts?
Double Dare?
Oh,
Guts?
no. Guts was with Mike O'Malley, and Double Dare was Mark Davidson. But I think Wild and Crazy Kids was the show that Nickelodeon had where it was...
Yeah, you are correct. Wild and Crazy Kids.
T.I., where are you at?
I've never heard of.
No, because Miles wasn't born.
I didn't really watch. I watched like Hey Dude, and I watched You Can't Do That on Television. I watched Double Dare, but I didn't watch
those two.
I didn't watch
Dude,
a lot
Wild
of
and Crazy Kids, man.
Nick
Omar
Arcade,
Gooding.
And I watched
Nick Arcade, yes.
The Temple, The Legends of the Hidden Temple or something.
All right.
I don't think I remember watching. Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know, man.
So Omar Gooding, that's where before he was Cuba's brother, he was just Omar from Wild and Crazy Kids. He was just the goofy dude. His team never won, like the challenges or whatever. He always had the wrong color T-shirt. Like his team never did anything. But
never played for the Arizona Cardinals. Got it.
And he did play though for what was that terrible show where he was like a fullback? He was supposed to be like the LL Cool J character, is what they kind of wanted, but it's like Omar Gooding. So yes, Playmakers. So I mean, it was god awful. The white linebacker on steroids, and Omar Gooding was in that show, and he was god awful. And so at first you thought, wow, he found a job. I don't know what the beef was about, but this is what happened. And I have looked at multiple sources to try and see if it was fake, because I'm like, this is almost too funny of a story to be true. And I research. I'm like, okay, like it looks like this really happened. So don't at me. I'm pretty sure this happened. That the rapper Cameron, who, I don't know, does anyone know what his hits are? I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of hits in like the late '90s and stuff. Him and all those like Jules Santana and all those guys. Cameron's
Ja
like
Rule.
biggest. He wasn't with Ja Rule, but he was that same time frame. Now he was in New York with them. He had that one that was like, I mean, his biggest hit was one of those like little R&B like hip hop duet ballad things. But what
was the one? Hey girl, hey ma, we gonna get tonight.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the song I'm talking about.
That's okay. So
that was his biggest hit. But he's got some good stuff. He's got that. Yeah,
you all harmonized.
You know, you don't even.
Man, yeah.
We're like
blamoed.
We're like Bell Biv to no.
To know, yeah. To nice.
But yeah, no, I mean, he's got like a lot of street stuff, you know. But I mean, his whole crew was big for a little bit, but I mean, they all went on to. It was like when Jay-Z's crew was blowing up, and then Murder Inc. was blowing up, and all the New York stuff was blowing up. They were there too, but they were more like street level, like Nas. They weren't as like flashy. They tried to be, but they wore all the mace and shit. But their music
still
was
have
like
some
grimy.
funds. They still have some funds in their pockets.
He had a lot of money.
To pull this off, so basically, Omar Gooding, who has no business dropping anything other than his calorie intake, he dropped some diss tracks on Cameron, like it was his job, like multiple. And you talk about the most petty way to get someone back. Like, how would you feel if you were in that setting of like you kind of were an E actor, A B C D E actor, like
I
not
think
really
that's
doing
an
much.
F. Skip the E, go to the F. F
I want to
minus.
leave that. I
Yeah.
want to leave that for you.
I would
So
just
he's very low level,
get
a
like
Z
H,
maybe.
maybe
He's
an
and
H.
and someone, your agent, if you even have one, I don't know, I don't know, says, "Hey, we have a movie role. You got to fly down here, and we're gonna try and do this movie." And you're like, "Oh, I'm not just Cuba's brother." Like, okay, like this seems like a Omar Gooding move where you're doing this. Like, oh, okay.
Like, I got some
So
things going.
yeah, yeah. So he goes and flies out, and it's all fake, and the entire other crowd is speaking Spanish so that he doesn't even know how they're clowning him, and it's all made up and it's all documented then on film. Like, oh dude, that's next level. That is next level, dude, of beef. Like, we'll see what the fallout if like Cuba, now I'm looking for Cuba.
How
Yeah,
much of this
Omar
do we think
Gooding
is
Jr.
legit?
Yeah,
Dude, I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
all legit.
I haven't looked it
It's
up,
just a ploy
but
to
I
get
mean,
your name
it's-
recognized again.
it just seems like Cameron wouldn't waste his time unless there was a reason behind it. So I'm wondering if Cameron is going to use this to put a new album out or something. Like he's got to do something with it. He's obviously going to clown. But Omar Gooding, I haven't seen him do anything in a long time. Wasn't he in that movie In Too Deep where he was like an undercover cop with like
Dude, I don't know.
LL Cool J?
Bro.
I think, or is it a different Omar? There's two Omars,
Omar
right?
Epps. Omar
Epps, yeah, that's who I was
who
thinking.
looks
Omar,
like the Steelers head coach. That's
yeah,
the
Omar.
guy.
Okay,
But
okay.
other than that,
Yeah. That's who I was thinking of. That was that was who is in Too Deep, and In Too Deep
yes,
is actually a
not
really good
Omar
movie.
Gooding, bro. Not Omar Gooding.
LL Cool J
He looks-
plays a thug
Omar-
gangster, and he is so scary, dude. LL Cool J is so scary.
Omar
in the movie.
Gooding looks like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s younger brother.
Amazing.
Who has
It's
That's
weird how it
exactly
works out
what
like
he
that.
looks like. That's
crazy.
exactly. But what you're saying, Cameron, mispronounced and misspelled with an apostrophized E, obviously, as you said, is doing this for some reason. So that's what makes me skeptical that there's something more behind it, that they're in this together and just creating this beef. Did they
Well,
have a past together that no one knows about nor cares about? And suddenly guys like us are talking about them that are E to F level entertainers, actors,
yeah.
singers, rappers, whatever. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but I do want to follow the story because that's weird. Like, that is a weird story. And you have people speaking Spanish. Like, we're gonna clown his ass in Espanol.
Yeah,
You
so
do
we
make a
can't
good
go.
point, Adam, about
Telemundo roasted.
ranking. You do make a good point, Adam, about ranking the actors of ABC level, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, kind of depending on where they fall. Because most actors, as the scale falls, they wind up becoming X actors often.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
Elizabeth
before
Hurley,
that, they're
Elizabeth Berkley.
J actors as a joke.
Yes. Yep.
Real no man.
Man.
Real no man.
All right. If you thought this was
Got one.
fake, here's
Got one, Adam.
our last. Yeah. And here's the next one. Michael J. Fox. This is hilarious. There is some guy. Okay, some guy, not the Marty McFly, not the Michael J. Fox, but from Spin City, beloved show. Spin City. What a weird show.
Doc Hollywood.
But some guy out there, just some guy named Michael J. Fox, got arrested in Illinois. And the mugshot, again, follow Sports Idiot Nation wherever you get your social media, because we're not making this up. We don't just say like, hey, some lady named Sigourney Weaver. Wouldn't it be funny if we just made up a name and said that she, is wanted for murder? We're not making this up, guys. Like, we
killed an
don't have the
alien.
mental. Yeah,
She
we don't
killed
have the
an
mental
illegal
capacity. That's good, Dean Cain. Yeah. my personal Facebook and Instagram, I had a picture of Dwight Schrute and it said, I'm going to tell your kids, which also is funny if you know me because I don't have kids. So the joke is I'm going to tell your kids that that's Dean Cain because he is a deputy and so is Dwight Schrute. So if you don't know the story, Dean Cain has signed on to help ICE. and it was well documented by South Park as well, I think. And it's just funny. Dean Cain is now.
Dean Cain also took on a role to play Scott Peterson one time in a Lifetime movie, and I'm like,
yes,
bro,
he did.
like, are there?
That's awkward. That's awkward. Just turn that down.
You really,
just turn that down.
Really need to
Go
pay
ahead,
the bills?
Yeah, turn
you
that
need to
one
pay
down.
the bills that bad that you wanted to be Scott
Dean,
Peterson in a
you
movie?
were Superman, bro. Just turn that one down. Okay?
Scott Peter, as common of a name as Michael J. Fox is, apparently.
Well,
but I think that J stands for joke.
That
not
is
as
so
uncommon
wild.
as Michael Penis, though. Michael Penis, not
Junior.
as
let's
Junior.
go through all the names. Yeah.
So
Johnson,
Michael J. Fox, I have a question though, Adam. Did he get pulled over going 88 miles an hour? Because
and what was the vehicle is what I want to know. And was Huey Lewis like playing in the in the background?
He was.
Power of Love, Back in Time, the 7 hits that I know.
He's got lots of hits. A whole entire sports album, man. They just came to him and were like, hey, you want to do a whole soundtrack? And it's like,
what else am I doing?
Him and the rest of the band finished all their cocaine and we're like, absolutely, let's do it.
They're not. They're definitely not going in.
It's 80s. Everybody's doing cocaine.
They're not going to any San Francisco Giant games because they suck now and they sucked then. So because Huey Lewis, well documented San Francisco fan,
still suck from my vantage point. They still suck.
Yeah. So I'm done with baseball. I'm glad. I hope the Dodgers.
How many games are left? 150 games still left.
I think so. Ask the Rockies. They're still on pace. Hey, we got some exciting news in the next couple weeks. We should be able to report that the Rockies have 100 losses. And we still have quite a bit to go.
Man.
So that's exciting.
The last I checked, they were even with the White Sox from last year. At this point, there were 253, and the Rockies right now are 254 win percentage. So they're like within 1/1000th of one. So it may come down to the final day of the year to determine the worst team of all time.
I think Finger Guns is going to decide it. I don't know, man. That's getting
final countdown.
Most of the team deserves to be shot. You're correct.
And speaking of that. Well, speaking of that music, we do hear the music is fading out here, so we are done for another Friday episode. But remember, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we come to you. This is Sports Idiot Nation. So that means that we will see you Monday. Thank you for watching this episode of Sports Idiot Nation. Remember, we are on all social media and on YouTube, and the podcast can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Remember, new episodes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And remember, because you watch Sports Idiot Nation,
you would be the smartest idiot in the whole world.